Then production of ethanol. In your syllabus, you only need to know how to produce ethanol. If they ask questions about how you produce another alcohol like propanol or butanol, okay, it is just the same as ethanol, but it's just built on the knowledge on the initial production of ethanol knowledge, basically. Then so you have ethanol produced in two methods using steam, addition of steam to ethene. This one, I think the details are not required for combined science. Fermentation of glucose is the one that you need to know. And fermentation of glucose only produces ethanol in your syllabus. So it will not be extended to propanol, methanol, butanol, whatever alcohol. It's not extended. The knowledge is not extended. If you want to produce propanol, you want butanol, right? Then it's using the first method.
Okay.
So there are intricate details down here that you need to know. So the definition of fermentation, I don't think they will ask. If you see in the 10-year series, then you go and memorize it. If you don't see in the 10-year series, then you can forget about it. But you need to know that what happened is it will cause carbohydrates to produce ethanol and carbon dioxide.
Okay.
Then conditions is about 37 degrees, but some books they write 40. It's about the same, 30 to 40, 37 to 40, around that. Yeah. That means body temperature and a bit higher than body temperature. Then the process, no oxygen required, cannot have oxygen. Yeah, so then they will harp on these two things, the two circles, one without oxygen and one 37 degrees. They will ask you why cannot, why this and why that. So the equation they will ask, and it's always glucose become ethanol and carbon dioxide. If you can balance, you balance it on your own. If you cannot, then you can memorize it. But I think writing it on your own is better. Then you look at the setup, right? You have lime water down here. That is to indicate that carbon dioxide is produced, because you see that white PPT happened down here. Then so they also say that you must have no oxygen in the setup, because the reason is that ethanol will oxidize into ethanoic acid. So instead of producing wine, you end up producing vinegar if there's oxygen in the setup. So then how you want to get rid of the oxygen or prevent oxygen from coming in is, one, you stopper the thing, and then after that the other one is to put lime water at the end so that no oxygen can go into the conical flasks. Then why the process is held at 37 degree, because higher temperature will kill the enzyme in the yeast. These two things I am sure the school teacher emphasized a lot. Then it's impossible to make pure ethanol via fermentation. Yeah, because yeast will be killed when ethanol reach 15%. So the only thing you can do to get higher concentration of alcohol is to do fractional distillation. So that means, yes. So if you go to the supermarket, you find those alcohol, those liquor with like 40% proof, 30% proof, all those are all using fractional distillation. So a method that can be used to prepare various types of alcohol is the first case. That means you add steam to alkene.
So you shouldn't
what?
It's necessary for the air to not be present, right?
Okay. Yes, what about it?
It's because the alcohols will become the
acid.
acid.
They will be oxidized into ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid is your vinegar that you find in your kitchen.
Okay.
So yeah, this one is addition of steam to alkenes, which is given on the first slide. Because fermentation of sugars can only work for ethanol. Then this is the ethanol process. Name the reaction taking place in the flask.
Is it to get rid of the...
Name the reaction.
The fermentation?
Yeah. They say name, that means it's just one word or one term. Name the alcohol produced from this reaction.
Is it ethanol?
Yeah.
Is it only ethanol?
Fermentation of sugar is only ethanol. What is the function of yeast?
It's to produce enzymes.
The enzymes will act as catalyst for the reaction.
Yeah.
Then temperature be kept about 40, that means 37 to 40. This question goes back to your rate of reaction. And you know that yeast contains enzymes. Enzymes are catalyst for the reaction.
Yeah, after 40 degrees, the yeast cells are killed.
Yeah, the enzymes will be killed And then if it's low, then because it's 40, right, that means it cannot be too high, it cannot be too low. So why cannot be too low? Why temperature
low.
cannot be at 10 degrees? Rate of reaction, think.
Rate of reaction.
How does temperature affect the rate of reaction?
Higher temperature then faster.
Yeah. So low temperature means the rate of reaction will be
slow.
Yeah. So if it cannot be too low because the fermentation process will be too slow. Then if the temperature is too high, by right, the rate of reaction will increase. But unfortunately, after 40 degrees, if it's too high, the enzymes will die. Then the fermentation will stop.
Yeah.
So you see, this can be connected to the rate of reaction chapter.
Yeah.
So the flask has an airlock designed to prevent air from entering. Why?
If there is air, then the yeast will undergo the
Think carefully. Read and think carefully. Why air is prevented from entering?
It's to stop from the CO2 and H2O from.
It's to prevent oxygen from going in, and oxygen, if oxygen enters, right, it will cause the ethanol to become ethanoic acid, which is what you don't want.
Okay.
So in the presence of enough dissolved oxygen, yeast will oxidize ethanol into ethanoic acid, which is not what you don't want. So in the absence of oxygen, more sugar will produce ethanol and carbon dioxide, which is what you want.
Okay.
Sugar has a chemical formula of blah blah blah. Write a chemical equation to show fermentation of sugar.
Is it the C6?
So I had the standard formula: sugar
C6.
becomes alcohol and carbon dioxide.
Yeah.
So it'll be C6H12O6 becomes C2H by OH plus CO2. Then balance law.
Yeah. The 2C2H5OH and 2CO2.
This one.
Yeah. And then the 2CO2. Yeah.
10, 12, 4. Okay. How can alcohol be separated from the solution?
Is it fractional distillation?
Yeah. 2 reasons why ethanol is widely used as organic solvent. I have not talked about it. The slides are behind. Yeah, you can. Okay, why it is used as the organic solvent is because it's volatile, so it can evaporate very quickly. Yeah, then it is soluble in water and also organic solvents. Then 2 applications of ethanol, you can burn it, so it can be a fuel. It can be used as a solvent for other things. It can be made into an alcoholic drink, etc., etc. This one you know already is carbon dioxide and ethanol. Just now you gave me the answer.
Yeah.